but a little bit of pollen. We'll slide up to Senoia tonight. They got their little opening practice, and check out the new management track, you know, just see what they got going on. But got a few shocks combinations I want to try. Real good slick track, and kind of can feel some things out instead of just being smashing on the throttle, you know, you just hustling the car around. So this will be, I'll enjoy tonight, trying to fine tune some things, kind of build off of Cochran last week. So we'll see what we end up with. All right, we're here at Senoia, checking out the new upgraded yellow walls. Ain't gonna miss those. Track looking good though. Getting ready to go here in a little bit. Might wait a little bit, let the track kind of dry some and get good and slick. Right front's just too soft. What's up, man?
What's up, big man?
Doing all right?
All right, yeah. Hey, too late? Next week, too late to call you?
No.
On them wraps? What's that yellow one over there? It's the second time I was in it, you know? I got it.
I feel this car like trying to just make that grip, like I just whip it around, like just fucking jam.
Door in, door out.
Yeah.
Take no shit in left real when you got that.
All right, made it back from Senoia, practicing tonight. About 1 o'clock, so ain't too bad. And man, it was a pretty good test. I was real happy with what I gained from tonight. I actually had some shocks put together that kind of had a game plan as to what I was going to try to, try out, especially like right front, left rear. Really trying to kind of work on that balance where I feel like I've been a little off here lately. And had some ideas, theories, whatever, and just kind of need to see it on track. Well, Senoia, man, had that place. It was smooth and got slick, man. It was just perfect setup. 20 bucks for a pit pass, and it was like a $1,000 track rental. And I mean, so perfect night. But so basically I started out to what I left at Cochran, and Cochran felt good Saturday night from Friday night, but I still felt like, I couldn't kind of maintain the forward, momentum or speed out of the corner down the straightaway well enough. I kind of felt like I was lacking. So I kind of tried to analyze my shocks, looking at my graph as to like, what was the difference to go from Friday to Saturday, and try to like see if I can put together what technically changed, and pinpoint it a little better. And then tonight was just really about exaggerating that difference and seeing if I can get similar result, or at least see that it might be too far, and maybe go a different direction. And man, like to start with, the right front was a little soft. There was like a little dip in one, and it would just kind of instantly upset the car, because I tried to actually kind of get aggressive on approaching the corner. Like I tried to really strain the car as far as like pushing it to the edge, see as far as what kind of grip I could really maintain. That's really kind of why I like to charge the corner on the fuel instead of running in straight, maybe riding the brake, or I try to kind of really push it on the edge and let the car, as I kind of arc it on the fuel, kind of let the side bite of the car kind of act like my brake and slow my car down until I find that transition point where I want to try to complete the corner. So by trying to do that, my right front was a little too soft, kind of bumped the track a little bit. So I come back and stiffen that up a little, and that helped that out. And so really the next thing was, once I done that, it seemed like that was a pretty neutral point. So I made these couple adjustments, and really everything is about the car being in posture, but not being locked in posture. Like you want the car to be, in this position, but you want it to have a float to it, while it's there. It's kind of the simplest way to put it. And so, a lot of times shocks are kind of used to lock the car in this kind of position, instead of using or driving the car into that position without using shocks. And so that's kind of what I'm trying to feel out now, is how can I soften the car and allow the car to float, but what kind of like critical parts does that? What do I got to maintain? And actually, a few things that I thought was kind of like you can't even run. That just don't even make sense for this condition. Kind of ended up being like that worked, really good. So the biggest thing was, I actually was able to do some good tests, some back-to-back, that some things I thought was good or actually successful before, and actually could weed it out. But kind of going back to with the in-car video I had, what you'll see is like what like turn one, for example, where it had the dips like that, it was kind of loading the car up in funny ways, because you're just kind of going in a dip, with a high rate of speed. And so what I would do is, I try to get the car to the right side instead of putting it on the right front, so it can better handle them dips a little bit, kind of share the loads a little bit. Well, when it done that, it kind of got me right rear tight kind of instantly when it did that. So I kind of do what, it's not no big deal, but I call it, panic throttle. And, it's just kind of doing a quick stab on the fuel to try to like kind of get the car out of that quick tightness, because when that right rear tightens up, I lose my right front. And once I do that, you lose your nose and you're going to start going the wrong direction. So you try to do a quick stab, and that's what'll get the car back reset and get it back in this, the right angle to where, you can get the car going the right way. And I had to do that a few times, and usually when you do that, you're shearing the traction, and it usually it's not really a good thing, but it's better than pushing up and really having to stop the car. But the car actually recovered well when I done that, and so I really was happy with that. And another big thing is, also with like I said before, I try to really kind of push the car a little harder, because what I like to try to see is if I can go in there and kind of shear the traction and actually let the car kind of lug itself back down with the throttle just really like barely, really be kind of breathing on it. And if it can try to traction itself back up and start making forward progress, then that's usually a good sign your car's good. So if you're doing that, then you can turn around and say, all right, well, when I actually do slow down and kind of run a more, smoother line, we ought to be able to carry some good speed. But sometimes when you're in traffic or trying to pass and you need that maneuverability, I mean, you kind of want the car to be able to hustle it and not upset it, and it still can be quick, still can have some speed. So that's why I try to go, I really try to bend the car. If I want to get to the bottle, I'll try to put the left side in a little bit of brown and see how it hugs and how it, maintains that spot on the track, and throttle it back out. And then I'll try to go to the wall, throttle it into the right rear and kind of right rear it, around there, and guide it back, to the straightaway. And then, then you kind of just say, I'm all right, I'm gonna shoot straight for the black, and let's just see how balanced it feels. So there's a lot of different ways, when you're trying to test and do, you want to try to put the car through some different, scenarios and try to fill it out. And, that's what makes it kind of fun, is, you really get to see, what you're really doing. And like I said, I mean, what I gained from the night, the direction and things that I thought was better, the combinations, I'm gonna go back and I'll look at them, again, and I'll try to make some sort of relevance of, the numbers and the graphs that I can see, and just try to put something together and develop, like I said, a new theory. And then, you just keep building from that. But always try to just make good notes, try to see, and pay attention to the small things, like I said, track, the way you're driving the car. I'm telling you now, the guys out there that drive the car and wrench on that car themselves, you're usually gonna be sitting pretty sporty at the end of the day, because you're the only one that can make the best decision. So, if you don't know a lot and you're starting out or whatever, hey man, I'm telling you, ask a lot of questions. Always ask why, and just study it. Be a student to it, because in the long run you're gonna do yourself a lot of good. And I mean, that's just my best advice to say. And but other than that, hey, that's what we got for tonight. I guess tomorrow I'm gonna try to get everything unloaded and try to just, like I said, I'll start getting ready for whatever our next ordeal race is gonna be, and go from there. Appreciate it.